Part 2. By the second week of filming, the Heartbeat house had become a character in itself. The fans were obsessed with the Yan dynamic. They called it the ice and ink couple. One was a blazing sun of fame, the other was the cool, deep reservoir of a quiet scholar. The challenge for the day was, a day in the life, exchange a hobby. I don't have hobbies, Lin Yan said, sitting on the porch with a cup of tea. I have a career and I have survival. Everything else is a waste of a morning. Everyone has a hobby, Lu Yu countered, leaning against the railing in a fitted white tank top that left very little to the imagination. He was currently holding a professional-grade camera, his own personal gear, not the production's. I take photos. Real ones. Not for magazines, just for myself. Lin Yan looked at the camera, then at Lu Yu's hands. And what am I supposed to do? Take a picture of a cow? You're going to let me teach you, Lu Yu said, a competitive glint in his eyes. And in exchange, you're going to let me into that locked world of yours. I want to see you draw. Not for a client. Not for a composition. Just draw. Lin Yan hesitated. His art was his armor. Letting Lu Yu see the process was like letting him see the skeleton he had mentioned before. Fine, Lin Yan said, standing up. But if you break my focus, the deal is off. They walked down to the creek. The production crew followed at a distance, giving them space for the intimate segment. Lu Yu stood behind Lin Yan, showing him how to adjust the aperture. Look through the viewfinder, Lu Yu whispered. To the viewers, it looked like a classic romantic trope, the ML guiding the MC's hands. But for Lu Yu, the proximity was becoming a problem. He could see the fine texture of Lin Yan's skin and the way his eyelashes brushed against the top of his spectacles. The light is hitting the water too hard, Lin Yan noted, his analytical mind immediately grasping the physics of the lens. It's blowing out the highlights. If I drop the exposure, I can capture the moss underneath. Exactly, Lu Yu said, surprised. You have a natural eye for framing. I told you, Lin Yan said, clicking the shutter. It's all just logic and light. He turned around to show Lu Yu the shot, but he forgot how close they were standing. His chest bumped into Lu Yu's, and for a long moment, neither of them moved. The sound of the creek seemed to fade, replaced by the heavy thud of Lu Yu's heart. Logic and light, Lu Yu repeated, his voice dropping to a low, husky register. Is that all it is to you, Lin Yan? Just a series of calculations? Lin Yan's breath hitched, a sound so small it was barely audible, but to Lu Yu, it was a victory. Calculations keep things from breaking, Mr. Lu. Some things are meant to break, Lu Yu whispered. In the afternoon, it was Lin Yan's turn. They sat at the small wooden desk in the bedroom. Lin Yan set up his portable tablet and handed a second, older stylus to Lu Yu. I'm not going to teach you how to paint, Lin Yan said, his tone regaining its professional chill. I'm going to teach you how to see. Look at that vase of flowers. Don't draw a flower. Draw the spaces between the petals. Lu Yu tried. For 30 minutes, the only sound was the scratching of the stylus. Lu Yu was used to being the best at everything he tried, but digital art was a humbling beast. His lines were shaky, his flowers looked like deformed clouds. This is impossible, Lu Yu muttered, frustrated. Because you're trying to make it perfect, Lin Yan said. He reached over, covering Lu Yu's hand with his own. His palm was cool, but his grip was firm. Stop thinking about the result. Just follow the flow of the line. He guided Lu Yu's hand across the screen. Under Lin Yan's guidance, the shaky lines began to take shape. A silhouette emerged, not of a flower, but of a profile. Lu Yu realized Lin Yan was subconsciously guiding him to draw a face. A face with silver blonde hair and a sharp, defensive jawline. Lu Yu looked at the screen, then at Lin Yan. Is this how you see me? Lin Yan pulled his hand back as if burned. He looked at the sketch, a rough, almost intimate study of Lu Yu's own face. He hadn't even realized he was doing it. I was just using a familiar reference, Lin Yan said, his voice unusually tight. He adjusted his glasses, but his hand was trembling. Familiar? Lu Yu stepped closer, cornering Lin Yan between the desk and his own body. The cameras were rolling, but Lu Yu didn't care. I've lived in your house for months, and you've never looked at me for more than 5 seconds. How is my face familiar to you? Lin Yan looked up, his shrewdness failing him for the first time. Because I spend 8 hours a day studying anatomy, Lu Yu. Your face is a high-quality subject. Subject, Lu Yu repeated, a bitter smile touching his lips. He reached out, his thumb grazing the edge of Lin Yan's jaw, right where he'd sketched it earlier. You're a terrible liar, Lin Yan. For an artist, you're remarkably blind to what's right in front of you. He didn't kiss him, not yet. He just stood there, letting the tension simmer until the air felt thick enough to paint. Outside, the live chat was in a complete meltdown. The ice and ink couple had just turned into a wildfire, and for the first time, the script was nowhere to be found. The atmosphere in the farmhouse had shifted. It was no longer a silent standoff, it was a high-voltage field. Every time they passed each other in the narrow hallway, the air seemed to hum. The next morning, a letter arrived from the production team. The Truth Game, tonight, we host a live-streamed Q&A, fans will submit questions, and you must answer them while hooked up to a professional-grade heart rate monitor. Lin Yan stared at the letter, his thumb tracing the edge of the paper. Heart rate monitors. They aren't looking for truth, they're looking for a reaction. Lu Yu, who was leaning against the kitchen counter sipping a black coffee, shrugged. It's a standard variety show trope. Just keep your pulse steady. You're the analytical one, remember? Treat it like a biology exam. Easy for you to say, Lin Yan muttered. You're used to performing with 1,000 spotlights on you. My performance usually happens behind a screen. Then don't think of it as a performance, Lu Yu said, stepping closer until he was in Lin Yan's personal space. He reached out, his fingers brushing against Lin Yan's wrist, right over the pulse point. Think of it as a conversation. Just between us. The cameras are just furniture. Lin Yan looked down at Lu Yu's hand. His heart gave a traitorous thud. Your pulse is already up, Lin Yan, Lu Yu whispered, a ghost of a smirk playing on his lips. And the game hasn't even started. 8 p.m. The living room was transformed. 2 comfortable armchairs were placed side by side, and 2 monitors were set up behind them, displaying their heart rates in real time. Lu Yu, 72 BPM, Lin Yan, 75 BPM. The live stream went live. Within seconds, 2 million people were watching. Welcome back to Heartbeat, the producer's voice rang out from behind the lights. We have the top 5 questions from the fans. Let's begin. Question 1, who fell in love first? Lu Yu didn't hesitate. I did, he said, his voice smooth as silk. On the screen, his heart rate stayed a steady 74. He was a pro. He could lie with his eyes open. Lin Yan's monitor jumped to 88. Question 2, what is the most annoying habit your partner has? Lin Yan took this one. He thinks he's invisible when he's brooding. He'll stand in the middle of a room and expect the world to rotate around his mood. His heart rate dropped back to a calm 76. Lu Yu's jumped to 85. He clearly wasn't used to being called out so bluntly. Question 3, Lin Yan, what was your first impression of Lu Yu? Lin Yan adjusted his glasses. I thought he was a very expensive piece of furniture. Beautiful, but cold and difficult to move. The chat scrolled so fast it was a blur of LMAO and savage. Lin Yan, 78 BPM. Question 4, Lu Yu, if you had to describe Lin Yan in one word, what would it be? Lu Yu turned in his chair to look directly at Lin Yan. He ignored the cameras. He ignored the millions of viewers. Inescapable, he said. The monitor behind him spiked to 95. The fans went wild. Lu Yu wasn't acting anymore. Question 5, the final question. Have you two ever shared a real kiss away from the cameras? The room went dead silent. Lin Yan felt the heat rising up his neck. He knew the contract answer was a shy no or a playful that's a secret. But looking at Lu Yu, whose eyes were darkened with a strange, heavy intensity, the words died in his throat. The contract. Lin Yan started, his analytical brain trying to find a loophole. Lin Yan, 110 BPM. Forget the contract, Lu Yu interrupted. He reached across the space between the chairs, his hand cupping Lin Yan's jaw. The heart rate monitors began to beep rapidly, a frantic, syncopated rhythm that filled the room. Lu Yu, 115 BPM. Lin Yan, 122 BPM. We haven't, Lu Yu said, his thumb brushing over Lin Yan's lower lip. But I'm tired of waiting for the script to catch up. Before the producer could breathe, before the fans could scream, Lu Yu leaned in. He didn't kiss him, not yet. He stopped just a breath away, his nose brushing against Lin Yan's. In that tiny space, Lin Yan saw everything, the exhaustion, the genuine longing, and the man behind the cold god mask. Lin Yan, Lu Yu whispered. Tell me to stop. Lin Yan looked at the monitor behind Lu Yu. 130 BPM. He looked at his own. 135 BPM. I've never liked being told what to do, Lin Yan replied, his voice a mere tremor. He reached up, grabbing Lu Yu's collar, and pulled him the rest of the way. The kiss was desperate, sharp, and entirely unscripted. It tasted like tea and suppressed longing. It was the sound of a fake young master and a famous idol finally breaking the glass. The live stream didn't just trend. The servers crashed. But in the farmhouse, amidst the beeping monitors and the stunned silence of the crew, there was only the sound of two people finally finding a truth they couldn't calculate. The silence that followed the crash of the servers was louder than the noise that preceded it. The producer was staring at the monitor with a look of pure, unadulterated shock. The camera crew sat frozen, their lenses still trained on the two men who were currently tangled in each other's space. Lin Yan was the first to pull back. His chest was heaving, his glasses slightly askew on the bridge of his nose. The logic-driven center of his brain was screaming about PR disasters, contract breaches, and the Lin family's inevitable phone calls. But his skin, where Lu Yu had touched him, felt like it was humming with a life of its own. Lu Yu didn't pull away. He kept his hand on Lin Yan's neck, his thumb resting against the racing pulse under the skin. The feed is down, the producer finally choked out, her voice breaking the spell. We lost the connection. The traffic was too high. Keep it down, Lu Yu commanded, not looking at her. His eyes were fixed solely on Lin Yan. We're done for the night. But Lu Ge, the fans. The agency. I said we're done, Lu Yu repeated, his cold god aura returning in full force, though his eyes remained soft as they searched Lin Yan's face. Lin Yan stood up abruptly, his knees a little weaker than he'd ever admit. He adjusted his collar and his glasses, the familiar mask of the shrewd young master sliding back into place, though it was cracked around the edges. I need some air, Lin Yan said. He didn't wait for an answer. He walked past the stunned crew and out onto the farmhouse porch. The night air was crisp, smelling of damp earth and pine. Lin Yan leaned against the railing, his hands gripping the wood until his knuckles turned white. 135 beats per minute. The numbers mocked him. He had prided himself on being the one in control, the artist who could dissect any emotion into color and line. But that kiss, there was no structure to it. No skeleton. It was just raw, terrifying light. The screen door creaked open behind him. He didn't need to turn around to know it was Lu Yu. The agency is calling Sister Qin, Lu Yu said, standing a few feet away. They're ecstatic and terrified at the same time. Apparently, the kiss that broke the internet is the top headline in 6 countries. It wasn't in the script, Lin Yan said, his voice flat. I know. It complicates the divorce. It complicates my career. It gives the Lin family more leverage to use against me. Is that all you see? Lu Yu asked, stepping closer. He sounded frustrated, his usual poise slipping. Leverage? Complications? Contracts? Lin Yan finally turned around. The moonlight caught the sharp, defensive line of his jaw. That's how I survive. I don't have the luxury of being an idol who can follow his heart and have a team clean up the mess. I'm a substitute. I'm a placeholder. You haven't been a placeholder to me for a long time, Lu Yu countered, his voice low and intense. He reached out, stopping just short of touching Lin Yan's arm. You think you're so shrewd, Lin Yan, but you're a coward. You're hiding behind those glasses and those logic walls because you're scared that if you let someone in, you won't know how to draw yourself anymore. Lin Yan flinched as if he'd been struck. The truth was a sharper blade than any insult. I have work to do, Lin Yan whispered, turning back toward the house. The 2 years are off the table, Lu Yu called out to his back. Lin Yan stopped, his hand on the doorframe. I'm not divorcing you, Lin Yan. Not in 2 years. Not ever. If you want out, you're going to have to find a better reason than, it's a contract. Lin Yan didn't respond. He stepped inside and retreated to the bedroom, locking the door behind him. He sat at his desk, but for the first time in his life, he couldn't bring himself to pick up the stylus. He looked at his hands, the hands that had held Lu Yu's collar. They were still shaking. He realized then that the fake young master story had ended the moment their lips met. Whatever happened next, there was no going back to the script. The sun rose over the farmhouse with an aggressive brightness that felt entirely at odds with the tension inside. Lin Yan hadn't slept. He had spent the night staring at a blank canvas on his tablet, the white light of the screen reflecting off his spectacles like a shield. When he finally emerged from the room, he found the living room bustling. The production crew was whispering, casting sideways glances at him as if he were a rare, volatile specimen. Lin Yan. Sister Qin, Lu Yu's manager, was standing in the kitchen. She looked like she had aged 10 years overnight, her phone practically fused to her ear. She hung up and fixed him with a sharp, calculating stare. That was quite a performance last night, she said, her voice dropping. Or was it? Lin Yan poured himself a cup of coffee, his hand steady despite the exhaustion gnawing at him. The heart rate monitors don't lie, Sister Qin. You should know that. What's the damage? Damage? The Lu family stock rose 5 points this morning. The Huyan ship has officially sunk the internet. But, she paused, her eyes narrowing, the Lin family is sensing blood in the water. Your father has been calling my office every 10 minutes. He wants a seat at the table for the next contract negotiation. Lin Yan's grip on his mug tightened. He's not getting a cent. He doesn't want cents, Lin Yan. He wants Lu Yu to attend the Lin Group's 50th anniversary gala as the son-in-law. He wants to use Lu Yu's face to mask his own financial rot. Before Lin Yan could respond, the front door swung open. Lu Yu stepped in, wearing a heavy coat, his hair windblown and his eyes dark. He looked like he had been walking the perimeter of the property for hours. He stopped the moment he saw Lin Yan. The air in the kitchen instantly became heavy, charged with the memory of the previous night. I'm not going, Lu Yu said, his voice echoing in the small space. Sister Qin sighed. Lu Yu, if you don't go, it looks like the marriage is a sham. The public expects you to support your husband's family. If you snub them now, the fake marriage rumors will return with a vengeance. I don't care about the rumors, Lu Yu snapped, walking toward Lin Yan. He stopped just inches away, the scent of the cold morning air clinging to him. I care about what they're doing to him. Lin Yan looked up, his glasses sliding slightly. I can handle the Lins, Lu Yu. I've handled them my whole life. You shouldn't have to, Lu Yu whispered. He turned back to Sister Qin. We'll go. But on my terms. We go as a united front. And the moment they try to corner Lin Yan, we leave. Am I clear? Sister Qin looked between the two of them, the stubborn idol and the analytical artist. She saw the way Lu Yu's hand was twitching, wanting to reach out, and the way Lin Yan was leaning, almost imperceptibly, toward the heat Lu Yu radiated. Clear, she muttered. I'll draft the press release. The reality show wraps in 2 days. The gala is the following night. Consider it your grand debut as a real couple. The final 48 hours of filming were a blur of domestic shots, packing bags, cleaning the farmhouse, and quiet walks by the creek. They spoke very little, but the silence had changed. It was no longer the silence of two strangers, it was the heavy, expectant silence of two people standing on the edge of a cliff, waiting for the wind to push them. On the last night, the cameras were finally taken down. The red, live, lights went dark. The crew began packing the gear into vans. Lin Yan stood in the empty bedroom, looking at the bed where they had shared a duvet and a heart rate monitor. Lin Yan. He turned to see Lu Yu standing in the doorway. The idol looked tired, the shadows under his eyes deeper than usual. The script is over, Lu Yu said, his voice quiet. From here on out, there's no producer telling us where to stand. No heart rate monitors. Just us. Lin Yan adjusted his glasses, his analytical mind trying to find a footing. Tomorrow we go back to the city. Back to the villa. Back to the Lins. And back to being a couple, Lu Yu said, stepping into the room. He reached out, his fingers brushing the hair back from Lin Yan's forehead. A real one. No more separate floors. No more house rules. Lin Yan felt the familiar panic of losing control, but for the first time, he didn't fight it. He leaned into the touch, his eyes closing for a brief, flickering second. I don't know how to be a real couple, Lu Yu, Lin Yan admitted, his voice a mere thread. I only know how to be a placeholder. Then I'll teach you, Lu Yu whispered. He leaned down, pressing a soft, lingering kiss to Lin Yan's temple. Just like you taught me how to see the spaces between the lines. We'll find our own rhythm. Lin Yan looked at him, and for the first time, the fake young master didn't see a job or a contract. He saw a future that he hadn't dared to sketch. Don't make me regret this, Mr. Lu, Lin Yan said, a faint, shrewd smile finally returning to his lips. I wouldn't dream of it, Lu Yu replied. They walked out of the farmhouse together, leaving the cameras behind, ready to face the real storm waiting for them in the city. The city didn't welcome them back with open arms, it welcomed them with a frenzy. As their black SUV pulled up to the Lin Group's 50th anniversary gala, the flashes of the paparazzi were so constant they looked like a strobe light. Lin Yan sat in the back, his fingers subconsciously tracing the edge of his tablet in his lap, a nervous habit he couldn't quite shake. Beside him, Lu Yu was a vision of professional perfection. He wore a tailored charcoal suit that made his silver blonde hair pop, but his hand was firmly clamped over Lin Yan's. Your hand is cold, Lu Yu noted, his voice low. It's a formal event at the Lin household, Lin Yan replied, his eyes fixed on the red carpet outside. My body is naturally entering hibernation mode, to avoid the predators. Lu Yu squeezed his hand. I told you. I'm the one they're afraid of tonight. Stay close to me. The door opened. The noise hit them like a physical wave. Lu Yu stepped out first, and then, in a move that wasn't in any PR handbook, he reached back and pulled Lin Yan out by the waist, tucking him firmly under his arm. The fake young master and the cold god had arrived. Inside, the ballroom was a sea of silk, champagne, and fake smiles. At the center of it stood Father Lin, looking triumphant. Beside him was Lin Chu, the real young master, who looked deeply uncomfortable in a suit that cost more than his previous annual salary. Lu Yu. Lin Yan. Father Lin boomed, approaching them with open arms as if the last month of threats hadn't happened. The stars of the hour. You've certainly kept the family name in the headlines. Lin Yan felt the bile rise in his throat. He adjusted his glasses, his analytical gaze sweeping over the room. He could see the creditors and the board members watching them, calculating the value of the Lin family now that they were officially kin to the Lu Empire. Mr. Lin, Lu Yu said, his voice like a glacier. He didn't take the offered hand. Congratulations on 50 years. It's quite an achievement to keep a sinking ship afloat for so long. The smile on Father Lin's face faltered, turning into something brittle. Ah, Lu Yu, always the joker. Why don't you and Lin Yan go say hello to Lin Chu? He's been eager to meet his brother. Lin Yan allowed Lu Yu to lead him toward Lin Chu. The two young masters stood face to face. Lin Chu looked at Lin Yan with a mix of guilt and envy. I didn't want this, Lin Chu whispered, his voice trembling. I didn't want the marriage, and I didn't want to take your life. You didn't take it, Lin Yan said, his tone neutral and sharp. You inherited a debt I was happy to settle. But don't think for a second that being real makes you safe in this house. They only love what they can use. Lin Chu blinked, startled by the coldness in Lin Yan's eyes. Suddenly, a group of reporters, who had clearly been tipped off, swarmed them. Mr. Lin Yan. Is it true that you were forced into this marriage as a substitute? Lu Yu, did you know about the family swap before the wedding? Is it true you're planning to divorce once the reality show hype dies down? The cameras crowded in. Lin Yan felt a familiar prickle of claustrophobia. He looked for an exit, but they were surrounded. Lu Yu's grip on his shoulder tightened. The idol stepped forward, shielding Lin Yan from the lenses. I'll answer one question, Lu Yu said, his voice carrying through the ballroom, silencing the chatter. There is no substitute in my home. There is only Lin Yan. And as for the divorce. Lu Yu turned, looking directly at Lin Yan. In front of the cameras, the board members, and the family that had discarded him, Lu Yu reached up and gently tilted Lin Yan's chin. I don't think my husband is going anywhere, Lu Yu said. Then, he leaned down and pressed a firm, possessive kiss to the corner of Lin Yan's mouth. It wasn't the desperate kiss of the farmhouse, it was a declaration of war. Lin Yan's heart rate, unmonitored by machines but felt in every fiber of his being, tripled. He looked at Father Lin, whose face had gone from pale to purple. He looked at the reporters, who were scrambling to record the moment. And then he looked at Lu Yu. You're ruining the composition of this party, Lin Yan whispered, a genuine, shrewd spark returning to his eyes. Good, Lu Yu replied. I've always preferred a bit of chaos. They turned and walked out of the ballroom, leaving the real and fake titles behind. For the first time, Lin Yan wasn't a placeholder. He was the lead. The heavy doors of the villa closed behind them, muffling the distant roar of the city. The gala had been a battlefield, but the silence of their home felt like a sanctuary. Lu Yu tossed his jacket onto the sofa, his usual composure fraying at the edges. He looked at Lin Yan, who was already meticulously cleaning his glasses with a silk cloth, a sign that his brain was working at triple speed to process the night's events. You told the entire business world that I'm inescapable, Lin Yan said, his voice echoing in the minimalist hallway. Do you have any idea what that does to my privacy? I can't even go to the art supply store now without a bodyguard. I told the world the truth, Lu Yu replied, walking toward him. The Lins were trying to sell you as a substitute to save their stock. I just raised your market value to priceless. Isn't that what a shrewd businessman like you would appreciate? Lin Yan stopped cleaning his glasses and put them back on. The sharp edges of his frames caught the light. I appreciate results, Lu Yu. But I don't appreciate being a pawn in your protective games. Then stop acting like a pawn, Lu Yu countered, closing the distance between them. He didn't stop until he was inches away, the heat from the galas still radiating off him. Stop waiting for the 2-year mark to pack your bags. You're the one who told me that if the skeleton is wrong, the skin won't look right. Well, look at us. The skeleton is solid. Why are you still trying to tear it down? Lin Yan looked up at him. For the first time, he didn't see the cold god or the global idol. He saw a man who was genuinely exhausted by the pretense. I don't know how to live in a house that isn't temporary, Lin Yan admitted softly. Every room I've ever lived in had an expiration date. Lu Yu's expression softened. He reached out, not for Lin Yan's jaw or his waist, but for his hand. He led him upstairs, past the forbidden wing, and straight to the door of Lin Yan's locked studio. Open it, Lu Yu commanded. Lin Yan frowned but tapped in the code. The door hissed open. Inside, the room was a mess of creative chaos, digital screens, physical sketches, and the smell of expensive charcoal. Lu Yu walked to the center of the room and pointed to the empty wall opposite Lin Yan's main desk. Tomorrow, a crew is coming. I'm moving my recording equipment in here. Lin Yan blinked. In here? This is my private space. The contract. The contract is dead, Lu Yu interrupted. I want to hear you work, and I want you to hear me. If I'm going to be inescapable, then I'm going to start by occupying your peripheral vision while you paint. Lin Yan looked at the wall, then back at Lu Yu. The thought of sharing his most vulnerable space, the place where he wasn't a young master or a husband, but just an artist, should have terrified him. Instead, he felt a strange, grounding warmth. You'll be a distraction, Lin Yan said, though his tone lacked its usual bite. I'll probably end up sketching you every 5 minutes just to get you to sit still. Then sketch me, Lu Yu whispered, stepping into the studio's light. Make me your subject. Not because of a script, but because you can't help it. Lin Yan sat down at his desk, his fingers hovering over his stylus. He looked at Lu Yu, the sharp lines of his suit, the silver blonde hair, the way he stood with a mix of arrogance and absolute devotion. Fine, Lin Yan said, a faint, shrewd smile touching his lips. But if you touch my brushes without asking, I'm moving back to the guest room. Deal, Lu Yu said. He sat on the floor near Lin Yan's chair, leaning his head back against the desk. For the next hour, there were no cameras, no paparazzi, and no Lin family. There was only the sound of a stylus hitting a screen and the steady breathing of 2 people who had finally stopped acting and started living. As Lin Yan began a new canvas, he didn't start with a dragon or a warrior. He started with the curve of a shoulder and the slope of a familiar jawline. He wasn't a substitute anymore. He was an artist, and for the first time in his life, he was painting for himself. The morning after the studio merger was the first time the villa felt like a home rather than a cold museum. True to his word, Lu Yu had a team move a high-end soundproofing booth and his recording console into the far corner of Lin Yan's studio. The room, once a sanctuary of quiet digital strokes, was now a hybrid of visual and auditory creation. Lin Yan sat at his desk, his noise-canceling headphones around his neck. He was trying to focus on a high-stakes character design for a wuxia game, but his eyes kept drifting to the left. Lu Yu was sitting in his new ergonomic chair, a pair of heavy studio monitors over his ears. He was humming a melody, low, gravelly, and hauntingly beautiful. He wasn't a polished, cold god performing for a stadium of 50,000, he was just a musician searching for a note. You're flat on the bridge, Lin Yan said, not looking up from his tablet. Lu Yu stopped humming and pulled one ear cup back. What? The transition from the second verse, Lin Yan said, finally turning his chair. He adjusted his spectacles. It's too sharp. It lacks the fluidity of the rest of the piece. It's like a painting with a beautiful sunset but a jagged, unfinished horizon. Lu Yu stared at him, stunned. You have a perfect ear for pitch. I have a perfect ear for patterns, Lin Yan corrected, his analytical tone back in full force. Music is just math that breathes. And your math is slightly off in that section. Lu Yu leaned back, a slow, appreciative smile spreading across his face. Come here. I have a deadline, Lu Yu. The deadline can wait 5 minutes for the property to get his math right, Lu Yu teased, echoing Lin Yan's words from the farmhouse. Lin Yan sighed, but he stood up and walked over to the recording corner. Lu Yu didn't just show him the screen, he pulled a second chair close, practically forcing their shoulders to touch. Listen to this, Lu Yu said, hitting play on the software. As the music filled the small space, Lin Yan closed his eyes. He didn't see notes, he saw colors. The deep bass was a muddy violet, the piano was a shimmering silver, and Lu Yu's voice was a vibrant, burning gold. There, Lin Yan said, pointing to a spike in the waveform. It's too aggressive. Soften the attack. Let it bleed into the next measure. Lu Yu adjusted the settings, his fingers moving with a grace that matched Lin Yan's brushwork. When he played it back, the difference was immediate. The song felt alive. Inescapable, Lu Yu whispered, looking at Lin Yan's profile. You really are, aren't you? I'm just observant, Lin Yan replied, though his heart gave a small, uncalculated skip. Their peace was interrupted 2 hours later by a frantic call from Sister Qin. The Lin family is desperate, she said over the speakerphone, which Lu Yu had placed on the desk between them. The board of directors is threatening to oust your father. In a last-ditch effort, they've leaked a story to the tabloids claiming that Lin Yan has a secret history of selling his art under a pseudonym to hide assets from the family. Lin Yan's hand froze over his tablet. His secret identity, Yan, was his only real shield. If the Lins connected him to the millions he had made as an anonymous artist, they would try to claim it as family property, since he was technically under their roof when he started. Let them try, Lu Yu said, his voice dropping into that dangerous, protective register. No, Lin Yan interrupted, his spectacles catching the glare of the monitors. If they reveal it, they control the narrative. If I reveal it, I control the market. Lu Yu looked at him. You want to go public as Yan? I want to end the fake young master story once and for all, Lin Yan said, his voice cold and analytical. I'm not a placeholder for the Lin family, and I'm not just an extension of yours, Lu Yu. It's time the world sees the skeleton behind the skin. That evening, without consulting any PR team, Lin Yan posted a single image to his long-dormant personal Weibo account, which was linked to his real identity. It was a time-lapse video. It showed the creation of his most famous piece, a digital masterpiece of a lone scholar standing in a storm. But at the very end of the video, the camera panned back to show the artist. Lin Yan, sitting in the villa's studio, wearing his glasses, with Lu Yu visible in the background, working on his music. The caption was simple, I was never lost. I was just drawing my own way out. Yen. The internet didn't just break this time, it shattered. The substitute was one of the most famous concept artists in the world. The fake was a self-made millionaire. The Lin family's leaks were rendered useless. They hadn't found a fraud, they had accidentally discarded a genius. In the studio, Lin Yan watched the numbers climb, his expression unreadable. Suddenly, he felt a pair of strong arms wrap around his waist from behind. Lu Yu rested his chin on Lin Yan's shoulder. Nice composition, Lu Yu whispered. I told you, Lin Yan said, finally allowing himself to lean back into the heat of the man behind him. It's all just logic and light. And us, Lu Yu added. And us, Lin Yan agreed, his hand reaching back to tangle in Lu Yu's silver blonde hair. The story was no longer about a fake young master or a famous idol. It was about two artists who had finally stopped playing their parts and started creating something real.